Hey guys, Heath here, Shepherd's Forge. I kind of wanted to go through just a quick little rundown of the other tools I used to make this Damascus knife, the rib slipper. This was an experiment from the word go. I had made this billet and it was sitting around. Got my 2x72, decided to give it a shot. Used my 2x72 to take a rectangle billet and run it up and down the platen to get it flat. And I got it pretty flat. Used magnets to friggin' hold it in place and get it flat, kind of use it like a planer or whatever. Height gauge, my granite plate. Use this for scribing. I pretty much just drew on this thing like where I wanted my bevels to be, and then dikemed and taped it off and dikemed. And one of the things I didn't think I was really gonna like at all, because it's so heavy, is a file guide. I'm not gonna put it in the blade because I don't want to ruin the finish I have on this. But you stick this in there, clamp it down. Of course, that doesn't want to go. Clamp it down around the area right where you want your ricasso to sit, and screw it down nice and tight. And you use this as a guide to go up to every single time you come around. I had to move my... I tried doing it with the work plate in place and it just got in the way, so I pulled that off, and basically, like, bevels have been kind of like my bane. Just, I struggled with them a lot. I actually think this helped me get nice tight bevels, and these are super basic. There's nothing special about this. There's no hollow grind on it. I didn't use, a 10-inch contact wheel, nothing. But I had that file guide sitting right there, so I knew where to go to every single time. And as far as my bevels go, I pretty much just rewatched a ton of Davey Vader's videos on grinding decent bevels. Getting your 90s in, having that scribe line down the center. You flip it over and scribe again, so you've got that little bit of width in there, and getting your 90s in, and then doing your bevels, and just keeping, a steady hand, and feeling with your thumb where your pressure is. Basically, it was like every time I ran across the platen, I'd look at it, dip it, run it across. The bevels took me the longest amount of time, because I'm just so paranoid about them, because I'm not very good. I'm not even kidding you guys. But I just got a 2x72, so it takes time to get there, obviously. My main focus as far as knife making goes is going to be kitchen knives. I love to cook. Love to cook. And I think kitchen knives are, in my area, will be kind of a niche area that I can get into, where I think I can sell a lot of them. I'm not going to do Damascus right out of the gate. I think I'm going to stick to like my 1095 high carbons and do some paring knives, some other things that I have in mind, some smaller stuff, just to get a feel for that 2x72 grinder, and keep it simple. If I screw up on some Damascus, I'm going to be really upset. 1095 high carbon, probably not going to be quite as upset. I don't spend as much time making that. Well, I don't make it, I order it, But you guys get what I'm saying. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to show you guys that, you know, this wasn't all 100% freehand. I was using tools every step of the way, and I just really paid attention to really Davey Vader's videos. I, he, he just makes it pretty simple. I don't want to use the word dummy proof. Believe me, I can screw up. I could screw up anything, and I have. But the simplest stuff in the world, I have messed up just dramatically. Um, but it's a learning curve. I'm very happy with what came out. For the most part, I tried doing a false edge on the back here, and you can kind of see that there, but they are not even. They're not at the same angle. Um, I don't know. I got my Ricasso looking good. I'm really happy about that, but that was all because of this file guide. And this thing's got it's got uh, carbide inserts right there that just kind of like it grips everything really good, and that helped. I'm sure. I have no doubt that it helped tremendously. Um, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys that I didn't just like jump into this and like, oh man, look what I did. I had tools. I used Dykem and tape to see where I wanted my grind lines to be, and I was super friggin' paranoid the whole time I was doing it. Um, but eventually I got there. I got to kind of where I wanted to be, and I did a little bit of file work, and that's just I just I don't have any there. I just copied that. Dude, I used a Dremel tool. You know, it's nothing special, and I used this thing to mark off so I had even markings. I knew exactly where to zip into real quick. And my biggest mistake was that I didn't temper this billet before I started cutting on it. And these holes were not bad to drill. That one, I actually had to take a hand torch. I had this thing sitting in water. I had to take a hand torch to try to temper it back, which was a little finicky. Like, even, I still burned up 2 drill bits getting through this first hole. So, I mean, I have a ton to learn, but I'm having so much fun with it. That much I can tell you. I mean, this was just an absolute blast. Loved it. So anyway, I just want to let you guys know that, this was not freehand anything. I used every tool I had at my disposal to get this to come out the way that I wanted. And I could still screw it up. I still got to put a handle on this thing. I'm using a piece of white acrylic that is as close to pearl as I could get to, or ivory. I thought an ivory handle with some drawing a blank, just some copper pins in there. I thought that would look kind of cool. I don't know. We're just playing with it. But that's the video. So, Ether Shepherd's Forge. Have a good night, guys.